Like a rock, Arya Monroe hit the water, arms bound, ankles tied with rough rope. "Wait for death," Sergeant Blake Core barked, pacing the pool deck at Fort Arclight. The recruits snickered, eager for panic and failure. This drill had broken Olympians before. Why not her? For weeks, whispers followed Arya. Too quiet, too fragile, too clean. Invisibility was her shield. But here, it wouldn't float. Core offered no help. Survive or black out. His grin said he'd already counted her out. But beneath the surface, Arya found calm. Memory pulled her back to Montana at 12. Swept in a river, boys laughing, father's warning echoing. Fear kills quicker than drowning. She stilled her pulse, let bubbles trail slowly upward. The surface stayed quiet, unnerving the recruits. "She's done," one muttered, though unease crept in. Core's grin twitched. At the far end, Captain Elias Rain scribbled on his tablet. Stopwatch ticking measuring not failure, but endurance. Arya shifted the ropes, pain slicing her skin. But small, controlled movements opened a fissure in the knot. Breath by breath, dive by dive, she pried it loose. Blood clouded the water. A leg freed. Gasps erupted. Core's jaw clenched. Rain's stylus froze mid-stroke. She hooked the pool ladder, rolled against the wall, and spilled onto the scorching deck. Drenched, wrists still bound, one ankle still tied, she breathed steady. The recruits, once mocking, now stared in stunned silence. Rising to her knees, she met their eyes. The laughter that had defined weeks shriveled in their throats. Core stepped forward, words failing him. Rain leaned to his mic, calm and precise. Nightshade marker observed. Protocol awaiting confirmation. Arya exploded from the pool again, launched herself free, and stood dripping in sunlight. To expression blank, presence unshakable. The rope still cinched her arms until she rolled her shoulders and snapped it clean against her hip. Wet fibers hit the deck like a gunshot. Gasps cut through the ranks. Core's face drained of color. Rain didn't hesitate. Nightshade protocol verified. Arya squared her shoulders, command radiating off her. Rain saluted. Major Monroe. Evaluation complete. The yard erupted in whispers, Major. The recruit they mocked was their superior all along. Core stumbled forward, furious. "This is a setup," she cheated. Arya's gaze cut him down. "If weakness is enough to provoke abuse, Sergeant, you were unfit before you ever spoke." Rain's voice cracked like a rifle. Sergeant Blake Core suspended immediately. "Report to headquarters." Core shoved past her, but she leaned in coldly. "It ended the moment you confused cruelty with strength." He didn't look back. The recruits froze, their world overturned in an instant. Arya's silence pinned them harder than any command. Rain thundered. "Attention! You are in the presence of Major Arya Monroe, decorated combat operative, former Ghost officer, and your new commanding officer." Shock rippled through the ranks. Some straightened instinctively, others paled. Arya's calm voice cut through them. "I've observed you for 18 days, not your push-ups or ruck times, but your character. How you treat those you believe powerless." Gasps spread. The true test hadn't been marches or drills. It had been her. She pointed at 3 recruits. You, and you. The chosen froze. The rest waited, unease pressing like desert heat. Rain noted it down, knowing what came next. The drill was over. The reckoning was about to begin. The recruits stood rigid, the desert wind tugging at their uniforms. Arya let silence press down until it was unbearable. Then she stepped forward. "I didn't come here to see how many miles you could run," she said, her voice sharp as steel. "I came to see who you are when you think no one who matters is watching." Eyes shifted. Some hardened, others dropped in shame. Every man and woman remembered their laughter when she fell into the pool, the jeers when they thought she was weak. Arya locked on the 3 she had chosen: Corporal Jace Renard, who had shared his rations; Specialist Hannah Lee, who defended another recruit during a march; Private Miguel Torres, who had put team above self in navigation drills. You three showed what special operations demands: courage without recognition, loyalty without reward, leadership without needing a title. The rest shifted uneasily. For the first time, they began to understand. Strength wasn't in muscle, but in integrity. Arya crouched, scooping a handful of dirt. Dry grains spilled through her fingers, scattering into the hot wind. The ground doesn't care who you are or where you came from. It asks only one question when you're thrown down. Will you rise? Her words hit heavier than bullets. The shame of their mockery bent their shoulders. Straightening, she brushed her hands clean. Most of you failed that test. That isn't punishment's direction. Some of you will serve elsewhere. But the ones who remain, she turned to the three, will train under me. I'll push you harder than Korra ever dreamed, but I will never humiliate you. Power that needs to break others to exist is weakness.
Captain Rain closed his tablet.
Evaluation complete. But transformation had just begun. Arya's presence filled the yard, heavier than her dripping uniform or medals. The difference between cruelty and leadership? She asked quietly. Cruelty breaks people to feel taller. Leadership builds people until they stand taller than they imagined. The silence was electric. Slowly, one recruit at the far end snapped to attention. Another followed. Within moments, the entire formation stood straightened from fear, but respect. For the first time, they weren't looking at a frail recruit. They were looking at a leader. Arya let the silence hang, then turned to Rain, dismissed them. As the formation dispersed, her words lingered in the Nevada air. Heavy and unshakable, true strength isn't proven by how many you can break. It's proven by how many you refuse to let fall.